AITA for moving our second car away from the house after my wife refused to pay for it. My wife and I have always only had one car until recently. We have a toddler, so she's been mostly a SAH parent to save on childcare costs until preschool, just working a couple times a week here and there for spending money. She brings in around $1,000 a month doing this. I cover all the bills, and I've gotten a few raises and promotions over the past couple years, but not enough to handle 2 car payments. My wife has been wanting a car to get around while I'm at work. Shopping, events for our kid during the day, etc. I did the math and told her we can only get a second car if she helps pay for some of it. Otherwise, I can't afford to pay for it on my own. We were already leasing a newer SUV at the time that she loved and I didn't really care for. So we agreed that she'd cover a $400 monthly payment and I'd cover insurance, gas, maintenance, etc. She was fine with the plan and agreed. I spent some weeks looking around, then went and bought a car I liked. Now we have 2 vehicles. I didn't have to pay for the first 60 days on the new car, so let my wife save up money while I continued paying for the SUV payments. 60 days later, wife tells me she only has $300 of the $400 and is upset that I expect her to pay for the car she agreed to pay for. I just have her send the $300, cover the difference, and remind her that I can't afford 2 cars. So it's important she budgets the money she earns properly. Keep in mind, she has no bills aside from like a credit card. The next week, she ran over something in the road and destroyed one of the tires. So I keep up my end and get the tire replaced and another tire patched for a couple $100. Next month rolls by, and it comes time for the next payment. I remind my wife payment is coming due and she simply responds, "I'm not paying it." At this point, it's become pretty clear that she had no intent to pay after she paid the $300 from the previous month, continuing to express that she shouldn't have to pay. I start talking to her about accountability, which she absolutely hated, and told her I'll have to take the car away because she didn't fulfill her end of the agreement, which she didn't dispute. When I got home, I cleaned the SUV out and took it away from the house to a safe location. When I got back home, my wife was livid. We are now back to 1 vehicle, which she has full access to when I'm not at work. She has not spoken to me since I took the car away, about a week, and refuses to drive the car we have. She has been calling Ubers or her friends/family to take her places. It really just seems like a big accountability problem to me, but I spoke with a couple family members about it, and one believes I'm justified while the other believes I'm dead wrong. And so, I asked the people, AITA for repeatedly doing an orangutan finger-pointing motion at my friend's girlfriend during dinner. I, 20, have a group of friends that I go out with every Monday night, Aaron 20, Caitlin 21, and Jean 21. We are in the same major and have a class that gets out kind of late on Monday, so we all go out to dinner from there. Last week, Aaron wanted us to meet his new girlfriend, Emily, 19, so we went out on Friday night instead. On Friday, Caitlin, Jean, and I arrived at the restaurant together. Aaron and Emily were already there. We said we would meet up at 7 p.m., and I crap you not. We sat down at the table at 7:03 p.m. Emily is clearly in a bad mood, but is trying to hide it. We all start talking, and every time I make a joke, Emily scoffs, which I think is weird, but whatever. Now, one thing you need to know about me is that I love monkeys and apes. They are my favorite animal, and they bring me such joy. When I'm with my other friend group, we like to point at things we want, like how orangutans point at things. It is now muscle memory. I couldn't stop if I tried. My Monday dinner friends know this, and so when we go out to eat, I will sometimes, all the time, jokingly point at other people's food when it looks tasty. Emily was eating a scrumptious-looking meal, so I did this a few times. Everyone laughed, so I assumed it was fine. I woke up on Sunday morning to a text from Emily saying that she felt disrespected by me showing up late and trying to take her food, that she feels like I still have feelings for Aaron, that I'm jealous of her, and that if I don't apologize, Aaron is gonna cut me out of his life. I was shocked, mostly because I have never once had a crush on Aaron. I don't know how she got this impression. I replied saying that, and also that I wasn't trying to take her food, I was just doing a funny thing, and I sent a video of an orangutan pointing for reference. All that she said afterwards was, "You made your choice," and then they both blocked me. I texted Caitlin and Jan about it, but all they said was, "You are kind of overbearing with demanding other people's food." This confused me because I thought that everyone knew it was a joke and no one has ever given me their food. Yesterday, I tried to explain that I didn't mean to offend them and that I was doing a bit, but Jan told me to stop talking. Caitlin told me they were all going out and that I shouldn't come. I asked why, and she said, "You need to consider that you aren't funny. We are all tired of your fixation on monkeys," and then left. I'm so confused. The pointing is the only joke I make about apes/monkeys. I don't think my fixation on monkeys was even that prevalent with them. I send the group chat cute videos of monkeys doing cute things, but I don't think that's different from Gene sending photos of his cat all the time. I don't feel like I'm in the wrong, but I woke up this morning and saw that Caitlin and Gene blocked me too, and I just feel really lost and confused. AITA?
AITA for telling my mom to listen to the therapist or I won't keep going to therapy with her. My mom and I, 16F, are in therapy together. She wanted it to include my sister, 18, but my sister told her she has nothing she wants to work on in therapy. I didn't get a choice at first, but I was okay with going to therapy with Mom. I know we have a lot of stuff to address, and some of it has been addressed already, but my mom keeps shutting down the therapist while refusing to listen, and it's getting harder to see the point of family therapy. Mom refuses to meet with the therapist 1:1, and since a session where we spilled our guts, she's talking over the therapist a lot and trying to make me feel the way she does. She wants my sister to feel the way she does too. I should explain stuff. My dad's dead. My mom got married again. I was 7 and my sister was 9 when we lost Dad, and we were 10 and 12 when Mom got married again. In the weeks before the wedding, Mom said she'd never been happier. She'd never been really in love before, how she found her true love, her soulmate, how he was perfect and the best partner and father ever. Her husband has no kids, just so you guys know. My sister and I didn't like hearing her talk like Dad, because Dad. She was still married to him when he died, and we thought they were happy. Mom talked like her husband was the best person to ever exist. She always talks about him in such a positive light still. Nobody can think he has flaws. We don't agree, and we're not close to him. Mom didn't like us not getting closer to her husband, and she always called him our dad. We fought with her a lot, and we rejected him when he'd reach out to get closer to us. I try to stay nice or whatever when I talk to him. But I also don't try to make him someone I'm close to or trust or would confide in. I guess it's an issue for him and Mom's marriage, and with my sister not speaking to either of them since she moved out in May, Mom went into save my marriage mode. During the Spill Your Guts session, I admitted that it hurt to hear Mom talk about her husband like he was better than Dad, that she calls him my dad. That part of why I refuse to let him in is because I feel like someone needs to stay loyal to Dad and love him the best. Mom said her husband is a better man than Dad. He's older, Dad was young and never got a great job, made her work, and they were together for us. But her husband is so much better and can offer us more. That he's better for her because he's a real man. She also said we shouldn't care so much about Dad's feelings because he's dead or some weird loyalty to him. She said he doesn't need it. But she wouldn't answer when asked to put herself in those shoes. Mom pushes more than ever now to get me to love her husband and to think he's better than Dad. And with her basically ignoring the therapist, I told her she needs to start listening or I won't go anymore. Mom said it's not my call and only children run away like that. AITA for threatening to throw out my sister's support animal. My 28F sister, 18F, has been living with me for the past year after going through some very difficult personal things. I've been trying my best to support her, and while she doesn't work, she's in uni full-time, which I'm fine with since I don't need her to contribute financially. I can manage my mortgage on my own and have a good income. A few months ago, she begged me to get a pet, saying it would help her emotionally as a support animal. After considering it, we decided on a dwarf bunny, which we got last month. My main conditions were that I didn't want any damage to the house or mess, and she promised to train the bunny and handle all the care and cleaning. Initially, she did a lot of research and was doing well. The bunny is actually quite friendly with us, and it's cute to see her jumping/hoping around. However, my sister soon decided it was cruel to lock the bunny up at night, so she let it roam freely in her room. This eventually escalated to the bunny having free reign of the entire house. It now jumps on the couch, tables, and even me, which sounds cute until it pees on my blanket while laying on my lap. Despite my efforts to discourage it, the bunny isn't intimidated and keeps jumping on my couch. I upgraded my furniture less than a year ago, and I'm worried about it getting ruined. On top of that, my sister removed the fluffy carpet in her room because the bunny was attempting to eat it, and now there are pee stains on the inbuilt carpet. Yesterday was the final straw when I woke up to find poop and pee all over. While my sister cleans up regularly, I'm concerned that it's not thorough, and I worry about the lingering smell attracting bugs. I told her that unless the bunny is potty trained, she can't keep it and that I'd give it to our cousin, who has other animals. My sister was devastated, started crying, saying I can't take the bunny away after letting her get attached and that potty training takes time/bunny needs to be old enough to be desexed. She also insists that keeping the bunny locked up at night is cruel. It breaks my heart seeing her this upset, but I feel it's the only solution for now. AITA for telling her that the bunny needs to be locked up at night until it's potty trained or she can't keep it. AITA for asking my girlfriend's sister to pay me back for the expensive wine she spilled, even though it was at a family dinner. So, this happened last weekend, and things have been tense since. I, 28M, have been dating my girlfriend, Sarah, 27F, for about a year now. We were invited to a big family dinner at her parents' house to celebrate her mom's birthday. It was a formal event, so I decided to bring a bottle of wine as a gift for the family, a really expensive one, like $200. I'm kind of a wine enthusiast, and I wanted to make a good impression. Everything was going fine until Sarah's sister, Megan, 24F, who had already had a couple of glasses of wine, got a little tipsy and clumsy. She knocked over my expensive bottle, shattering it on the floor. My prized wine was wasted, $200 gone in an instant, and she just laughed it off like it was no big deal, saying, "Oops, sorry," and continued talking. I didn't want to cause a scene, but I was annoyed. I asked Megan if she could at least chip in to replace the wine she destroyed. She got all defensive, saying it was an accident and that nobody expected her to pay for things that break at family events. She acted like I was the one being rude for even asking, and Sarah said it wasn't the time or place to bring it up. I dropped it during dinner, but later that night, I brought it up again privately with Sarah, and she was upset with me, saying it's just wine and I shouldn't have made a big deal out of it. I pointed out that it wasn't just any wine, it was expensive, and Megan should be more careful, especially since she was tipsy. Sarah still thinks I'm being ridiculous and stingy for asking her sister to cover the cost, and now Megan refuses to apologize. Now, Sarah's family thinks I'm overreacting, but I feel like Megan should take responsibility for breaking something that valuable, even if it was an accident. Am I really the asshole for asking for the money, or is her sister just being inconsiderate? AITA for deleting MYNIDS out of my S/O phone after I explicitly told him no when he asked for me to send them multiple times. Let me preface this by saying our relationship right now is tumultuous at best. Intimacy is rare. And I had previously deleted all of my explicit pictures from his devices due to trust issues a while back. I'm just having quite a few "am I the crazy one" and "am I the asshole" moments lately. So for some effed up reason I need the internet to tell me who's in the wrong here. Because I'm losing it. My boyfriend, 31, and I, 35, have been together for about little over 5 years now. Things have been rocky since we had our daughter. She is an extra support needs child recently diagnosed with level 3 autism. I'm really struggling enough navigating that all but on my own for the most part. Add in the very serious relationship problems I'm having with her father, and I am all but hanging on by a thread. Due to my issues with him, what he's done to our relationship, what he hasn't done, incidents with my medications going missing, his extreme porn addiction, I've all but just shut down emotionally towards him. All my energy that I even have left goes towards my kids and trying to function as a normal adult while trying to navigate this blow of my toddler being diagnosed with autism. It's a lot. It's heavy. It's lonely. And it's hard. Anyways, a few months ago after an exceptionally heated argument, don't even remember what it was specifically about, I told my daughter's father that I don't trust him and that I'm not comfortable him having those pictures of me anymore. So I deleted them off of his phone. He made a big deal about it then, but I moved on. Fast forward to now, he got caught doing sneaky stuff on his phone again in the middle of the night and claimed they were just photos of me. I just went back to bed mad, but trying to remain unbothered because I had a busy day the next day and I vowed to not let his BS affect my days and my abilities as a mother anymore. The next evening it was still bothering me. So I talked to him about it. And the lying. And how exhausting it is, blah blah blah. But he insisted he wasn't lying. Unlocked his phone and proceeded to show me pictures of myself on his phone. Apparently, he took my phone at some point and resent the photos to his phone. He said he did so because they were his, because I had sent them to him in the past. I didn't know that he did because he deleted the text messages on both of our phones to cover his tracks. Not only did he help himself to my hidden photo album, he helped himself to all of them. There were over 200 photos and videos in his hidden album, including ones I never sent to him. I feel weird about this. I feel icky. I feel like this was yet another sneaky and dishonest thing to add to plethora of reasons he can't be trusted. Guys, tell me, am I the asshole? AITA for refusing to lend my car to my sister after she tried to use my car to elope with her married lover? I'm in a bit of a mess and need some advice on whether I'm being unreasonable. I, 29F, have a 2019 Honda Civic that I'm very protective of. It's not just a car to me. It's my daily driver, my pride, and a significant investment. My sister, Jess, 27F, recently asked to borrow it for a weekend trip. Here's where it gets wild. Jess is currently involved in a scandalous affair with a married man. She's been seeing him for the past year, and the whole situation has been causing drama in our family. She wanted to borrow my car to use as a getaway vehicle for a secret trip with him. The plan was to drive out of town and stay at a secluded cabin. When she asked, I was stunned and flat out refused. I told her I was uncomfortable with the idea of my car being involved in her affair, not to mention the risk of potential trouble if something went wrong. Jess went ballistic. She accused me of being unsupportive and said I was trying to ruin her happiness. Our parents are now in an uproar, claiming that I'm being harsh and unkind, especially because Jess claims she's deeply in love and wants to make a fresh start. They think I'm being unreasonable for not supporting her love life, and that I should just lend her the car and stay out of her personal affairs. I feel like my refusal to get tangled up in her drama is justified, but the family backlash is intense, and Jess is making me out to be the villain. So, Reddit. AITA for refusing to lend my car to my sister, considering her plan to use it for a secret getaway with her married lover?